Hey everybody, welcome to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Boulton, where we are making the prophetic practical, bringing the prophetic into everyday life, and creating the future now. Yeah, it was with profound sadness and shock that we received the news that Queen Elizabeth II had passed away, had transitioned from earth to heaven, had crossed the veil from time to eternity. I'm a lot of you may not know this, but I'm a student of history. I love history. And there are certain leaders that I believe have left their mark on the history of humanity. And so when I think about the 20th century, I think about Queen Elizabeth II. And I was a great admirer of her. Although I'm not a subject, of course, I'm not a subject or a citizen of the United Kingdom, but I just had such an admiration for the Queen, who dedicated her entire life from the age of 26 until she died. She devoted her life to duty, to service, to loyalty, to love for her nation. She gave her all, sometimes neglecting her own family to lead and steward the kingdom that she had inherited from her father. And it's hard, as a person who's been a leader in ministry, it's hard not to admire the spirit, the fierce but consistent spirit of a person like Queen Elizabeth. And then over the last 30 years, as we've watched the various scandals of her children and grandchildren, she has remained above the fray, a woman of integrity, one who was never got caught up in the scandals that many of her children fell to. And I'm not judging any of them, but she just walked with a measure of excellence, almost perfection. Not of course, not moral perfection, but the perfection of maturity, of one who embraced what she was called to do and did it well. And so, yes, it was heartbreaking, but to live 96 years, I was thinking of my own grandmother, who passed away on September the 14th, 2018, at the age of 96, the same age of Queen Elizabeth. And for many of her subjects and many people throughout the world, like myself, Queen Elizabeth was like a mother. She was a mother figure. She was a constant figure. I cannot imagine how her nation will go on, but they will go on. They have a king in place, King Charles, and so they will go on. But I can only imagine how heartbreaking it is to have many of her subjects were born into her reign. 70 years, and of course, I have a prophetic perspective on her reign, 70 years, that we'll be sharing in the next week. But our prayers go to her family, to her children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, and the extended family, and then to the Commonwealth, to the nations, to the United Kingdom, to England, Britain, Scotland, and all the other nations that comprise her kingdom, and to every person who is hurting, who is grieving, and who is mourning the loss of this incredible woman. I felt the shift in the earth. I actually cried, but I wasn't crying for Queen, but I cried in my spirit because I felt a shift in the earth when the announcement of her death came. And there has been a shift in the earth, for you that are prophetic. Her death was not just an ordinary death, but it actually brings, because we're in the end of the year 5782, which is the year where the Father is building the house. This is the year of the house. Queen Elizabeth presided over the House of United Kingdom for 70 years, and we're in the last weeks of this year 5782, going into 5783. So I felt the shift, and a couple of tears fell from my eyes as a result of that shift. So something has shifted in the earth since Queen Elizabeth has passed. You that are prophetic, you that are spiritual, I want to encourage you to get into that shift and begin to measure it. I'm going to be sharing tomorrow a dream that I had Sunday night, which I believe speaks not only to the season, but it speaks to the new year that is coming, 5783. So God bless you. God bless you. Thank you, God, for giving us Queen Elizabeth as a leader, as an example, for 96 years and 70 years as the Queen of England, and just being a model of excellence and integrity and service. Wow. I don't think there's anyone else who demonstrated service at her level outside of Jesus Christ himself. Jesus said, I came to serve and not to be served. That verse really fits the life of Queen Elizabeth II, although she was served, but she devoted her life to serving her nation and her kingdom and her people. And so God bless you, and we'll be seeing you in the next video. Shalom.